YouTubers, showing you these in the house again. This one is part 9 of the Mk1 transit build. So yeah, I'm probably getting bored of seeing Kevin the tranny all the time now, but it's getting there slowly. Carrying on from the last one, just got to do a bit of bodywork. So I'm just doing a bit on the bull nose, a few little bad bits at the bottom and that. I've just rust treated them all anyway, so just doing a little bit of bodywork, and then I'm going to carry on and get the engine and box dropped in, mocked up, and then I can carry on with the cross members. So we'll get on with that. I got a bit of paint on that section there. Done that little bit there as well. That's not too bad now. And then I've done the front panel. Needed a bit of welding where it had a previous crash. Painted it black on the inside, satin black. Just give it a bit of a painting on the top there as well. And there's a bit of a bad bit on the front there which I've done, body filled it and that. So that's ready for going on, but that can wait because I've got to sort the engine out. So I'm just getting the engine ready for dropping in. Just rust treated the mounts and painted them satin black because it was a bit rusty. I'm just going to flare this and put a couple of unions on for the clutch. And I've just blanked off the intake, and I'm just blanking off, you know, where I've removed the EGR, so I just made a plate there. So I'm just going to chuck that on, fit on there for the exhaust manifold. Sort that out, there's a few little bits and bobs, like a couple of the reverse light switch and bits I've got to sort out, so I'll do that before I start dropping her in, I think. So I've got the engine roughly where I want it sitting. Just mocking up the engine mounts. I'm not using the original mounts now off the Defender because they're too big and bulky. So I'm using some Range Rover Classic V8 ones, and I'm just going to make a bracket there. I've started making them. Obviously I'll put some gussets in and everything, but I'm just mocking everything up first. So I've got them mocked up. Just got it on an axle stand on the gearbox side, and the original mounts off the transit I'm just going to reinforce them with a cross member underneath the engine. So I'm just mocking up a couple of box sections there, and then I'm just going to do a cross member here and weld it all up in one piece and then drop it off and then finish all the welding. I don't want to rely on just the legs because they try and twist in. Like that one was already twisted in before I rebuilt it, so we'll take the heat off that a bit. So start doing a bit of cutting and grinding. So I've made the cross member using the original Ford mounts, and I just put a couple of bits of box section on, a couple of strengthening straps. I had to offset it because it's got to go underneath the sump pan, so it's nice and secure anyway. So that's all done. So just got to give it a bit of an etch primer and then paint it. And I've made these mounts. They go on the Land Rover engine mounts, and then they go on the Land Rover V8 mounts, which go in there, and then that goes in there like that. So that's how that lives, like that. And then one on the other side as well. Got that all gusseted up and welded. So that's for the other side, that lives there like that. So I'll give them all a good etch primer and then do them in satin black. So the cross member's all etch primed and a bit of satin black on it. And I've etch primed the mounts that I've done as well, and just done a bit of silver on them. So they're all good. And right, funky shape on that. So I'll get that bolted up now and then get the mounts on. So I've got the cross member on now, and mounting brackets on as well, which I've made on both sides. And we've got the Rover V8 engine mounts there. It is all bolted up underneath. Should be quite sturdy, that. So now I've got to move on to the gearbox mount. Got to make another cross member and the mount for that, so I'll get busy with that. That's that all welded up. It's the gearbox cross member. Just got to get the mount and then drill the holes and that, and then clean it all up and etch prime it and paint it. So that's the gearbox cross member all done. I'll just give it a good etch priming. Just put these sides in to stiffen it up as well, so should be plenty strong enough that now. So I'll let that go off and put some satin black on it. So there it is in satin black, all ready for chucking on. Should be nice and strong, that actually. Just got to put the mount in there, which is just a standard Mk1 transit rear wheel drive mount, but it's so soft. What I might do, might get some Sicko flex down here, just to toughen it up a bit, make it a bit firmer so the gearbox doesn't move about too much. So I've done it with a load of mounts in the past, it's good stuff, so I think I'll do that. So I've got that mount on and I've toughened it up a bit. Got loads of that. It's actually a Sick Attack, not the flex stuff, but it's pretty similar. It just dries like really hard rubber, so I've used it in the past for, like I say, on mounts and that to toughen them up. So that's all in underneath as well, so be a bit more stable with less movement. So I'll get that chucked on the vehicle now, I think. She is all in. Just nip them all up now. She's sitting all right anyway. Happy days. So I've nipped them all up now. All nice and tight. That's how it's settled. It's a bit close at the top with the gear change, but I've stiffened up this mount, so should be all right, that. The front mount and cross members all in place now. I just had to put a packer on that side just to lift it a bit. But that cross member seems nice and sturdy. Same again on this side, all nipped up, and that mount at the front is all good with the cross member. So I think I'm going to do the clutch slave cylinder plumbing, plumb that up to the master cylinder, put a hole in the bulkhead and do a bit of copper. I'll put a union on it ready. So I think I'll get on with that next and then try and get the clutch pedal right. Well, look at all that wiring I've got to contend to. Nightmare, mate. So the heater box, strip that down, and I did some pressure washing the tank and tow hitch and prop shaft, and thought I'd pressure wash this and clean out the heater matrix. There's so much orange crap come out of that, but I think it's clear now anyway, so there's no leaks on it, so it's going back in. So I'm going to do this in black, just etch primed it like I say. But a bit of bad news on the tank, it was absolutely full of crap. It looks in good nick as well, yeah, but there's so much rusty gungy crap inside it. I've cleaned it all out and pressure washed it and it's come up alright, but the thing is, it's got holes in it. So if you have a look in there, look at that. So that's a no-go. Not even worth messing with it. So, don't know, I'm going to see if I can get hold of I don't know, a shallow tank, but what's a bit bigger, what'll fit underneath. Or I don't know, I might have a go at making one, an alley one or something. So I've cut an hole in the dash there with an angle grinder, the instrument cluster. So there she is. So I'll chuck that in. Fits in nice. So I'm going to make just a bezel which goes over the top there. Do that again. So that's all good. Been putting the loom in. It's getting there slowly. I'm going to mount the fuse box and relay box here. I've wired all the lights up and everything. Got the wing looms in. And then, like I said, the secondary fuse box is living underneath here. I'm going to just make a cover over the top there. I want the ECU somewhere there where it is, just so I can have it for testing other ECUs, what I do. So yeah, that's getting there. And then I've got the heater box to go in, which I just sprayed black. So that'll go in. And then I've got the gear change off a Mk1 transit. It'll go somewhere around there. And then the cable's going straight through the floor into the gearbox. So I've got that going on as well. So it looks alright actually. Oh yeah, and I've got the clutch is working now. My brake pipe come, my 1/4 inch, so I've got that bled up. That's all working nice. So all the brakes are working and the clutch is working now. So that's good. So yeah, it's getting there slowly inside. And all the, like I say, all the engine's in now, it's not coming out. You know, all the cross members and everything are good. So it's sitting about right, it's all a bit close, but should be okay, all that. So that's all good. So yeah, that's the progress at the minute. So yeah, I think that'll be it for this one. Yeah, so check out the other ones. There's a playlist there on my YouTube. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.